Hey, it's me, MLB. Do excuse the person mowing in the background. As you've probably noticed in the last few chapters, I've been slogging these out. But here is chapter 121 of Rapid Fate Online, and this one's titled, You Are Relieved of Duty. With a lot of pushing and shoving, Butterfly was escorted heavily into the room, and the priests were called forwards and asked what to do. Again, there hadn't been much thought put into this part, and they delayed a little, giving airs of pompousness that veiled their cluelessness. We should ask His Holy Grace what he would prefer for us to do with this heathen, one said to the other. Good idea, the other replied before turning back to the mass of guards that were holding onto Butterfly. Guards, we will address the Mighty One and tell of your good deeds in detaining this wretched creature, he announced boldly. Fear not. Our Saviour will deal with him. You have all done well. A sigh of relief rippled through the guards, and Butterfly watched as the other priest did a small ritual before walking in behind a screen. The temperature in the room dropped a little at that point, and a rumbling could be heard coming from behind the screen. The guards all seemed terrified, and some even dropped to the floor on hands and knees and bowed towards the screen. After a few minutes of this, the priest appeared and walked to Butterfly. You have been chosen to pay the price for the sins of all those who defy our most holy one. Rejoice, for you will be slaughtered by our God himself, the priest said, his eyes growing wide with a deranged look in them as he gestured grandly. Your man didn't flinch. He knew who the God was, and it certainly wasn't anyone to be feared. While this was all happening, Butterfly had managed to open his menu behind his back and pull the recording device from his inventory and place it in his pocket, switched on and ready to catch the next part of the event. Without resisting, he was handed to the priest, who stepped in behind him and pushed him towards the screen, then beyond it, but the priest didn't follow. The second Butterfly had entered the most holy place, a wall of fire engulfed the area, blocking it off from the guards and priests on the other side. Talk, Anarchy, Butterfly said in a strong voice. I know it's you. You promised you wouldn't do anything like this again. The room was quiet, except for the crackling of the fire behind Butterfly. Then a deep, sadistic cackle started, echoing around him and making him look left and right to see where the laugh was originating from. As the laugh continued, a brilliant blue cloud formed in front of Butterfly that flickered and twisted with the laugh, acting like the embodiment of the voice. So you come to challenge me again, the unmistakable voice of Anarchy asked. Except this time, I'm not a player. I am not a boss, but a god. People fear me, and rightly so, for I have built an empire based off greed and power, and within a few more months I will have monopolized 90% of the game's weaponry and mahi. Then I will own the game. Everything will be owned by me. You know this is illegal, Butterfly stated calmly, making sure that he was speaking clearly for the recording. This is the divine plan. There's no such thing as illegalities when I am a god. What I say goes. He let out another unhinged laugh. And now I get to do away with the top player. Oh, what news that will be when BB comes up in the next announcement as the number one player in RFO. I will be worshipped by all. You will stop this right now, or you will face the consequences, Butterfly replied. No one can stop me, he snapped back. I am undefeatable. Now, please, beg for your life as I take everything from you. The fire around Butterfly raged hotter, and the flames themselves grew. Anarchy, Butterfly called. Anarchy? But the deranged player just kept laughing as the flames moved in. Feeling a little panicked, Butterfly quickly broke the ties around his wrists and grabbed for his sword, moving into the centre of the flames more and lifting his sword above his head so he could swing it around to create some kind of wind barrier. As he started doing this, he heard voices in the background behind Anarchy, and all of a sudden the flames stopped and someone could be heard shouting about being under arrest. He stopped swinging his sword and looked towards the blue cloud. No, wait, Anarchy cried from inside the cloud. No, I'm innocent. You can't arrest me. We have everything recorded, a voice said. I suggest you remain silent until you can talk to your lawyer. The cloud flickered as the voices grew distant, then all of a sudden everything cut out and the flames evaporated. Butterfly stood there stunned for a moment, then let out a shaky, shallow breath. His heart was racing, and he stood stone still to catch his breath before walking out from behind the screen to the guards who were on the other side on their hands and knees on the floor. It was deathly silent as they all raised their heads and stared at Butterfly, who looked a little singed, but aside from that was unharmed. "You are free to go," he announced to everyone present, and at that exact moment all the slave contracts were removed and the emblems on their arms vanished. Surprised gasps rushed through everyone present, and they looked at each other in disbelief. We're free? Are we no longer contracted? What? I can do what I want now? Holy hell, this is a dream? Queries, exclamations, and excited chatter filled the room as the weight lifted from everyone present. Back inside the house on level 44, you and Delilah were having a good chat at the kitchen table when an RFO-wide message popped up on your screen. "Greetings, players. Due to some changes in the system, the contracting feature has been removed for software updating. We apologise for any inconvenience caused and hope to reinstate this feature once it's been approved in its new form. Thank you, RFO team." "Hold up," you screeched. "He did it! He did it! Is it finished?" You jumped up from your chair and screeched with excitement as Delilah jumped up and clapped her hands excitedly, spinning in a circle. "Oh my god, wait, I have something I need to do. Where's my bat?" You ran into the bedroom and grabbed the bat from the cupboard in there, then raced for the front door. "Oh, Yin, where you going? Come back. Stay tuned for chapter 122 coming tomorrow."